Ever since I started my self-development journey just over 2 years ago, I learned a lot. I did everything from watching videos on YouTube to listening to podcasts, just trying to find different ways to get better mentally, physically, and financially. Need more discipline. Then one day I stumbled upon a YouTube channel about bullet journals by Matt Ragland. I watched a couple of his videos about bullet journals and productivity, and after watching a couple of videos, I got interested and decided to give them a try. So in this video, I'm gonna go over why I use a bullet journal and why you should too. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so firstly, I'm gonna go over why you should use a bullet journal, and to explain that, let me tell you why I use a bullet journal. Okay, so the first thing I want to touch on is organization. Having a bullet journal helps me be real organized, because if I don't have everything in one central spot, at least physically, I will have it all over the place. I'll have things that I write on a sheet of paper and then throw away in my book bag, and I don't really touch it until a couple months later. So me having a bullet journal kind of just helped me avoid that. My next reason is it helps me kind of track everything. I use different methods to track certain things, like for instance habit tracking, which is something I'm going to touch on later on in this video, so please sure to keep watching. Okay, and my last reason for you is the peace of mind that kind of comes with the previous two things I just said. So it kind of just helps me feel like I have a load lifted off my shoulders. I don't have to have things constantly in my head or keep track of things mentally. I always have it written down in my bullet journal. I can just flip a page and see how I'm doing with it. So with that peace of mind, I can use that mental energy for other things that are more pressing in my life. Okay, now that I showed you 3 reasons why I use a bullet journal, let me go over some ways you can use one. So let me touch on some ways you can use your bullet journal. And the first thing I want to go over is master task list. Okay, so as the name implies, the master task list is a list for all of your tasks that you have for a certain period of time. I used to do mine monthly, but now I showing it up to doing it weekly, and I found that works out better for me. But if monthly works for you, you should try it. So one of the key components of the master task list that I incorporate is the priority level. So you can show the level priority from level 1, which is the highest, to level 3, which is the least. I use the asterisk or a star, and I typically have it on the right side of the page. And another good thing about the master task list is as you complete different tasks throughout the week, you kind of get a sense of accomplishment after you see all these things get completed as you progress through your week or your month. Okay, so for a habit tracker, I like to keep it simple personally. I just draw a small graph that I X out different things to indicate that I got what I needed to get done. Up top, I'll usually have a symbol or in small letters, something that represents my habits. A few of my habits currently is working out, meditating, taking my right supplements, and coding. Then on the left hand side, I just go ahead and number out the days of the month. So okay, so pro tip when it comes to habit tracking, if you forget a couple days, don't sweat it, just worry about not missing anymore. Also, if you find out that's something that you don't really care about in your habit tracking, just go ahead and get rid of it. So lastly, I want to show you how I conduct my weekly planning and reviews using the gap and wrap method that I learned from Matt Ragland. So shout out to you, Matt. Okay, so let's start out with the GAP, G-A-P. It was just the acronym for Goals, Actions, and Protect. Let's start out with G, Goals. What is your most important goals for the week? So of course your goals is going to be something that's really important. So you want to go ahead and see what's the most urgent thing or most important thing you need to get done that week. And you have nothing important or urgent, what will bring you the most joy? What do you enjoy the most? Okay, so for this, I suggest you start off with a maximum of 3 and then work your way up if you see fit. Or if you're comfortable with 3 or you want to lower it, go ahead and do what's best for you. Okay, so next up is actions. What are the actionable steps you could take that week to achieve your goal? So just having a goal isn't enough. You need actionable steps that you can complete in order to attain that goal. So go ahead and break down the things you need to do to get your goal for the week and write them down. Okay, so protect. What time can you protect in order to get those actionable steps for your goal done? So go ahead and schedule some time to get the things you need to get done and try your best to stick with it. But we all know life happens, so if you can't stick to it, go ahead and adjust your schedule on the fly and just make sure you get your steps done. Okay, so before I get into the wrap, which is the weekly review, let me go ahead and just say these 2 things by themselves will work wonders for you. It really finds out what you need to get done in order to achieve your goals on a weekly basis and really start seeing some progress. Because not only are you working on things you find really important or find real enjoyment out of, but you're also reflecting on them and further improving the process. Okay, let me take a quick pause. Let me go ahead and grab a little bit of drink, but go ahead and follow my Instagram while I take this sip. Okay, so let me show you how to conduct my weekly review, which is the wrap. Okay, so first off, we got W, which is wins. What are your wins for the week? Okay, now this could be completely unrelated to your goals whatsoever. It could be something as you went to go play basketball with your friends, or you finally completed this mission in a video game. It could be anything. So just go ahead, think of some things and write them down. Next is results. What are the results, aka did you accomplish your goals or not? Did you achieve what you set out to do? If not, why? Kind of self-explanatory, so go ahead and write them things down. Okay, so next up is aspirations, which is basically your goals that you had at the beginning of the week for your gap. Go ahead and write them things down, just so you can have your results and your goals from the previous week side by side. Okay, so lastly for the wrap, we got pivot. What adjustments can you make for the next week to have better outcomes? And are the goals that you wrote before really that important to you? Okay, so I feel as though this is the most important part out the whole process, because these are the adjustments that you can make to make the process of you achieving your goals or the goals themselves even better. So don't skip over this one, really sit there and think about it. Can you improve your workflow? Can you improve different systems on the back end that you got set up? Like me, that I try to do is record my videos. Lately, I kind of been slacking with that. So I've been making like pivots, okay, adjust my schedule, set a certain time. Can I be alone to do this part of the video? Did I shoot my B-roll on time? Just find different ways to improve upon the process so you can do what you need to get done. Okay guys, so that's some of the ways I use a bullet journal to organize my life and be overall more productive. If you found anything I shared with you to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, go ahead and leave a thumbs up on the video and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And if you use a bullet journal and have some methods of using it that I didn't mention in this video, go ahead and comment down below and share with us. I'll go ahead and leave a link down below in the description to the bullet journal I use from Amazon, and I'll leave a link down to Matt Ragland's channel so you guys can go check him out. So without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video.